Did you ever wonder, can a worm survive if it's cut in half? Now that's a question to wriggle your brain, isn't it? Worms, these small, slimy creatures, often overlooked and underappreciated, are in fact a wonder of nature. They lead a life that's far more intriguing than one might think. They are the silent, unseen engineers of our ecosystem, working tirelessly below the surface of the Earth. From their unique eating habits to their peculiar mating strategies, worms have a world of their own that's worth exploring. And what about their predators, you ask? Well, there's an entire food chain revolving around these humble beings. And of course, we will delve into the age-old question about a worm's incredible survival skills. Can they really live on when split in two? It's a fascinating inquiry, isn't it? Stay tuned to find out the answer and explore more about these fascinating creatures. Dwelling beneath our feet, worms are the uncelebrated engineers of the soil. These humble organisms are constantly at work, playing a crucial role in maintaining the health and fertility of our soils. Did you know that there are thousands, if not millions, of worms silently working beneath us at any given moment? Their tireless efforts are largely unseen, yet they have a profound impact on our environment. Now let's delve into the life of a worm. Imagine living in a world where every inch of your home is also your dinner plate. That's the life of a worm. They eat their way through the soil, consuming a mix of organic matter, microorganisms, and mineral particles. As they munch, they leave behind a trail of nutrient-rich castings or worm poop that acts as a natural fertilizer for plants. But it's not just about eating. These underground engineers are also expert diggers. Depending on the species, worms can burrow anywhere from a few inches to several feet into the ground. The common earthworm, for instance, can dig as deep as 6.5 feet. As they burrow, they create channels that improve the soil structure, making it easier for plant roots to grow and for water to infiltrate the soil. Their digging also has another important benefit. By moving soil from deeper layers up to the surface, worms help to recycle nutrients and enhance the fertility of the topsoil. This constant churning and mixing of the soil is a vital part of the Earth's nutrient cycle and an essential service to the ecosystem. So you see, worms are much more than just squiggly creatures in the mud. They are industrious workers, tirelessly toiling away to keep our soils healthy and fertile. They may be small and often overlooked, but they play a big role in our world. So next time you see a tiny mound of soil, remember it's a worm's hard work. These inconspicuous engineers deserve our respect and appreciation for their essential contributions to our planet. Ever wondered what's on the menu for a worm? Well, the answer is dirt. More specifically, organic matter found within the dirt. Worms are nature's little composters, breaking down dead plant matter, decomposing leaves, and even the occasional dead insect. Now, these earthy gourmands don't just eat for their own sustenance. Their munching matters to us more than we realize. As they consume organic matter, they excrete nutrient-rich waste called castings. In essence, they're transforming our rubbish into rich, fertile soil. But there's more. Their constant movement through the earth not only aids in soil aeration, making it easier for plants to take root, but also helps in distributing these nutrients evenly throughout the soil. So while the thought of dining on decomposed foliage might make us squirm, this humble diet of worms plays a crucial role in maintaining the fertility of our soils and the health of our ecosystem. Their diet might not seem appetizing to us, but it's vital for our ecosystem. In the world of worms, romance takes a unique turn. Unlike most creatures you're familiar with, worms are hermaphrodites. This means each worm comes equipped with both male and female reproductive organs. A fascinating characteristic, isn't it? When worms feel the urge to reproduce, they don't have to seek out a partner of the opposite sex. Instead, any other worm they encounter is a potential mate. This certainly takes the guesswork out of finding a partner, doesn't it? When two worms decide to mate, they align their bodies head to tail, with their bellies touching. They then exchange sperm, which is stored in sacs within their bodies. After the rendezvous, each worm goes its separate way and lays its eggs. Each worm produces a cocoon that houses the fertilized eggs. These cocoons are tiny, about the size of a grain of rice, and are usually deposited in the soil. After a few weeks, baby worms, or hatchlings as they are called, emerge from the cocoons and begin their journey of life. This mating strategy not only allows worms to reproduce effectively, but also increases their chances of survival in the wild. By being able to mate with any other worm they encounter, they can ensure the continuation of their species, even in harsh conditions. So the next time you see two worms together, you'll know they are possibly planning a family. In the food chain, worms have their share of friends and foes. Among their predators are birds, frogs, hedgehogs, even other insects. These creatures rely on the nutritious worms for sustenance, making our wriggly friends a crucial link in the food chain. On the other hand, worms are not defenseless. Their slimy exterior and ability to burrow deep into the earth provide them with some protection. Now you might be wondering, just how long can a worm get? The answer might surprise you. Certain worm species, such as the giant Gippsland earthworm, can grow up to a staggering 3 meters in length. That's longer than most people are tall. Yet, despite the threats they face, worms continue to thrive and play their part in our world. Their ability to enrich the soil and serve as a food source for other creatures is invaluable. As we can see, worms play a crucial role in our ecosystem, from the soil to the food chain. Now let's address the burning question: can a worm really survive if it's cut in two? Contrary to popular belief, not all worms can pull off this remarkable feat. It's mainly the planarian flatworm that has the regenerative abilities to form two separate individuals. For our garden variety earthworms, only the front part might survive if the cut is far enough back. So while they are exceptionally resilient creatures, they're not quite as invincible as folklore suggests. So there you have it, the truth about the survival of worms.